YouTube, this is Sarah Loves You. Oh my gosh, it's been a tough day for me again. Yesterday I had a fill and I really connected with this doctor. He's not my surgeon. I went to a different doctor, reference through Field Center USA, and I really believe he's a fine doctor, has a lot of patients, sees about 10 Lapband patients, does the aftercare for 10 Lapband patients, and he has numerous other weight loss patients, HCGs, whatever, other diets and injectables, etc. And other people seem to be very successful as well. He was very knowledgeable about the Lapband, and the first time I ever had, well, it's only been my surgeon and this doctor for the first time, I had someone take his time with me, put the needle in, numb it first. Usually my surgeon doesn't numb it, he never numbs it. Goes in with the needle, has me sit down with the needle in my belly, asking how I feel, drink some water. With my surgeon, he only puts 0.5 cc's and that's it. And that doesn't do anything. In order for me to get back to a 4.5 or 5 points, the most I ever had on my Lapband was 4.25, and I had to have an emergency unfill. But this doctor, he thought, and I felt fine when I was there in his office, drinking the water, as I was sitting down with his assistant and him, and he was giving me tips and talking to me and so forth. He thought that a 5.5 would work for my allergen Lapband. I believe it's a 10 cc's. I took all the paperwork to him, and we weren't able to find the exact number, but he says most likely it was a 10 cc, and that a band like mine, most of his, the people that go to him, they have somewhere between a 6 to 7 cc's, and they are successful and they have sufficient restriction. Well, I explained to him about my emergency unfill back in the latter part of April and so forth, and he really took his time with me, and I appreciated that. And he figured, let's do 5.5. I was there, drinking the water. It was really hot. I mean, I could feel the water go down, but it wouldn't go any further down. I can feel myself, I'm not kidding, foaming almost immediately. And I said, oh, I think you better take out some because the water's still there. Okay, he took out a little bit more and left 5.15. And he was very thorough. I mean, he emptied me completely and put it back in, so I know there was 5.5, and then he went down to 5.15, and he was writing everything. And that felt pretty good. It went through the water, and I hung around his office maybe another 10 minutes drinking the water, with him in the room, could you believe this, and the assistant. And finally I said, well, I feel good and ready to go. Beautiful. Well, get in my car. I had a bottled water. Really warm out here. It's really hot out here, humid. It was lukewarm, and I took the water. I was in my car. I started sipping it. As I was getting close to the freeway, maybe about 3 miles away from the doctor's office, I realized, oh my gosh, it's happening again. I feel so sick, and boom, everything was coming out, the foam. It was horrifying. And as you're driving and trying to get into the freeway, people honking at you, I felt disoriented. I picked up the phone, my cell phone, called, and I was able to speak to him. And he said, Sarah, why don't you give it a chance? I told him I had metabolism issues and so forth. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not sure why this is happening. It's darkening up on me, but and he said maybe because of the Muka-Haberman syndrome, which I was diagnosed 10 years ago. Um, you have swellingness. Um, why don't you give it 24 hours and you can always come back to me. I won't charge you anymore. So I felt good. I said, you know what, I'm going to rough it out. Maybe he's right. And he told me I should get pediatric Motrin, the syrup kind. And I said, wait, that's an NSAID. I shouldn't be taking those. I think I'm going to take a Tylenol. He said, no. I want you to take the pediatric Motrin because of the swelling. Okay? This is going to outweigh the bad. You need to take the pediatric Motrin, not Tylenol. So, I come home. My daughter's going away on a trip, and her brother's wedding overseas, and it's a big to-do. So she's getting a dress and here and there, and I come home and I am feeling stuck. I've thrown up everything, which I had practically nothing. I had eaten the day before, the Monday before, at 7:30 p.m. and all I had was just water on that day. So imagine I was just throwing up, foam and clear liquid. But I managed. It settled. I wasn't, and then when I tried taking that pediatric Motrin, I couldn't. But I was so busy with my daughter going back and forth, getting the special bra. You know how it is. Well, anyway, finally I get home around 9 o'clock at night. After being with my daughter and all that, and I can't get not a sip of water in. I feel so tight, but I was so thirsty. Not hungry, but thirsty. Hadn't eaten since the Monday before 7:30, and it was already Tuesday, 9 p.m., and only had the little sips of water that I managed when I was in his office. So I sipped a little water. Oh my gosh, all hell broke loose. Deja vu, it all came back to me. How sick I was back in April. I was throwing up. I was holding on to dear life. Then my husband, he doesn't understand. No matter how much I explain to him. He's like yelling at me, why in the world did you get this liquid put in? You're fine the way you are. You never needed this Lapband crap. And he just went crazy. 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. The man is still screaming off the top of his lungs. The only way I can comfort myself was getting into the bathtub, putting some bubbles, and just turning on my little TV in there, and just, oh gosh, I wanted him to shut up. He doesn't understand. He thinks I can have a Lapband in me without any fluid. And, he's thin. He's never had a weight problem. He's always been the highest he's ever been is 167. Woohoo, He doesn't understand. And I was just, what an awful night. It was so bad I couldn't lay down, because when I lay down, all this foam would come back up. By the morning, I was pretty much throwing up what I thought was blood particles. I mean, this liquidy, foamy, brownish stuff. So I called Fill Center USA and advised them that I had an overfill. And I also called the doctor that I went to in Cooper City and explained to him, explained to the assistant or whoever that I had an overfill. They're like, come to the office. Well, I didn't get to talk to the office actually till about 9:30 when they opened. So it was like 6 something in the morning. I decided, you know what? I'm gonna put my makeup. I'm gonna do my hair. I'm not gonna stay in the house. I am gonna go to work. I had a contract to do, somebody to meet, phone calls to make. I'm gonna be there for the next few hours. and at least it'll get me closer to my, this doctor's office. So finally, when I did reach him around 9:30 or so, they told me come in. The doctor will be here around 11 o'clock. I was there at 11:15. As soon as I walked in, from my office to the doctor's office was somewhere around 30 miles. I drove myself. Forget about the husband. Let him go to work and stay away from me. He just does not understand. My daughter understands a lot better that I need to fill, and I need to find my right number. Well, I went back to him today, very caring, open arms. They all, hey Sarah, by first name, called me in, went inside. I said, I'm so sorry, I'm back here again. And he says, oh, no, that's to be expected. You're my new patient. We got to get it right for you. Oh my gosh, he took a load off my shoulder. I didn't have to pay anymore. He removed he numbed me again today. He put the needle in. He removed all the liquid. He got rid of all that liquid. He got a new syringe, put it all in there, and he started again. Okay, this is 1. How do you feel? I was drinking the water. This is, 2 cc's. This is 3 cc's. He went as high again as 5 cc's. Then he went, and I said, no, I don't feel comfortable. Went down to 4.75. Went down to 4.5. Then I said, you know what? Let's go back up. So it was, I think, 4.75. Then I said, no, I can't get that water down. I still feel the tightness. So put it down to 4.5, and the water went through. I was able to handle it. So what I did, I said, I'm going to go get myself, if you don't mind, I'm going to go get myself a smoothie. I'm going to hit a Steinmart that's right next to you. I'm going to hang around here for a while and see if I can drink the smoothie and see how I feel before I go back to Miami. So he said, yes, please do that. Stick around. And if you don't feel right, come back to me. So I went to Steinmart. Of course, I wasn't feeling well. Everything I saw, didn't want. I was in no mood, but I was there. I was trying to make the best of it. Then I got in my car. I was feeling dizzy. I just wasn't feeling myself. I didn't want to, look for a smoothie place or anything, a Jamba Juice or anything. Nothing. I wanted to stay right there in that area. So I found a McDonald's. I ended up getting a mango pineapple smoothie. I know it's not the best for me, but I needed to test my band with a smoothie, something a little stronger. And he believes liquids, whether it's a soup or a smoothie, all those are good. So I bought the smoothie. I didn't have the guts to drink it while I was driving. I went and got gas, all in the same shopping center area where the doctor is, etc. As I was getting the gas, I took a sip of the smoothie. Oh gosh, couldn't get it down. I felt so sick once again. The phone came up, violently ill. So what did I do? I waited for my gas, pumped my gas, stayed in my car for about 10 minutes because I was so lightheaded. Finally went back right there in this shopping center area. As soon as I walked in, very nice again, everybody. Hey, Sarah, you're back. Okay, the doctor's going to see you again. Boom, 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 boom. There he was again, ready for me. and he had another patient for something else there, and they